Hey, what's up, Form? It's Girl Hands, and today instead of giving you this full gameplay of Domination on Grid, I'm just going to show you the highlights, or actually the lowlights rather, and I'm going to focus on the mistakes and the problems that I had in this game, and talk about what I did wrong and what I would have done differently. So a map like Grid is one of the smaller maps in Black Ops, and in the initial stages of that game, you'll see a lot of teams converging towards the B flag and spamming a lot of grenades. Now, if I'm spawning on the A flag, I've got a strategy to kind of clear out the area and to avoid the grenade spam. I like to run up, cook a grenade, and take out that Jeep so that the enemy team can't blow it up and kill me. Once it's destroyed, I like to come up behind it and use it for cover. I'll clear out the area for anybody who's trying to capture B in that initial stage, and once I feel like it's safe, then I run up behind this concrete slab, and I'll capture B from this side. No one can see me, I can't get hit by bullets or grenades, so it's a pretty foolproof plan. So let's see how it works out.
Enemy took C.
So I started cooking that grenade far too soon, and because of that I didn't blow up the Jeep. And in my paranoia, I'm too afraid to go use that for cover now. So instead my thought process is to run out into the open and try to engage them without anything to protect me. And let's see how this little engagement works out. So in that gunfight he had the advantage. He was crouched near cover and stationary, and I was on the move and open, so I was a much larger target. The nice thing is he doesn't bother to move, so I can bank this grenade off the Jeep and get a revenge kill. So in this next scene I see they're taking A, and in order to stop them I rush out and chuck a grenade. I mean, it's the smart play, right? Go out there and prevent them from capping the A flag. Well, take a look at where I am when I'm chucking this grenade. Again, I don't have any real cover. I'm out in the middle of the open, and I'm not checking my flanks. But as long as there's nobody near the B flag, I should be fine, right? Ah, okay. This might not end well. Even though I made an effort to protect the A flag, it's always good to take a split second to check high traffic areas, especially the B flag. In the initial stage of the game, it's still uncapped. There's a good chance there was going to be guys there. The other thing is I could make that grenade toss from behind the propane tank or behind cover, so I didn't necessarily have to run out in the open to protect the A flag. So I come right back. This time I check my flanks, and I try to prevent them from capping the A flag. So that play before I did slow them down from capping A, but I didn't prevent them from capping the most important flag on this map, the B flag, and they still managed to triple cap us. So now we have to recapture our spawn flag and push forward to try to capture the B flag before this game gets out of hand.
Bye.
So this next upcoming scene isn't a mistake on my end. It's actually the guy who starts to shoot at me. And what he does is he breaks one of my general rules of thumb. And that's if I break eye contact with an enemy for more than 2 or 3 seconds and I lose track of where they are, I don't want to follow and chase them down. Maybe if they're really damaged and they have maybe 1 hit left, then I'll chase them down. But you don't know where they're going to be positioned after you've lost track of them for a set period of time. So watch what happens when this guy tries to chase me.
We are blind. Keep on track awaiting orders.
So sometimes it pays just to forget about somebody you were shooting at, even if they are partially damaged, just because they can set up kind of a surprise ambush if you blindly chase after them looking to finish them off. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings immediately afterwards, and it gets me killed as well.
Spy plane ready for deployment.
So in this scene right here, I'm severely damaged, and I know this guy's coming in to finish me off. Now I don't really have a whole lot of options in order to engage him. I could toss a stun grenade, hope to disorient him, and then try to quickly finish him off. Or I could use that water fountain for cover. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it keeps my sightline small, so the only thing being shown is my head. So let's see how I use my surroundings to my advantage.
Our spy plane's in the air. Enemy down. Napalm strike awaiting orders.
So in this scene right here, I want to recapture the A flag, paying careful attention to my surroundings and determining the best tactical route to... So now it's time for an important life lesson. Fire is dangerous, especially military-grade napalm. So when you see it, don't run into it. Wait for it to extinguish. So boys and girls, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. So my team has 3 caps, and the enemy team is spawning in the back bunkers towards A. And I see this guy coming towards me, and I decide I want to set up an ambush. So I could sit crouched in the back of the room using the wall as cover and surprise him as he starts to rotate into the room. And I also have 2 escape routes if he decides to chuck in a flashbang or a grenade. So let's see what I do.
Our spy planes in the air.
So I start off the scene lucky because this guy couldn't hit me, but I'm in the building to kill the person on the UAV. The problem is, as I round the corner, I start shooting somebody with Ghost, meaning there's two people up there. Now, instead of disengaging from a situation that I thought there was one person, I decide to engage both people. It's a strange feeling knowing you're seconds away from death and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Some of the thoughts that might come up in your mind in this situation would be, is this really my time? Am I going to be missed after I'm dead? Did I get a chance to properly say goodbye to all of my loved ones? If I could redo it over again and do it differently, would I? Did I leave any mark or legacy behind after I died? Was I happy with my time on this planet? Well, what thought came in my mind in this situation was, I'm gonna take this with me. So right here I throw caution to the wind because I'm sprinting around corners, which is actually a pretty big no-no, just because you don't know what's going to be on the other side. It's a lot easier to adjust or adapt to a situation that you know nothing about if you walk around that corner versus sprinting around there. But the biggest problem with this scene is what I do next. For those of you who may not be familiar with the concept revenge killing, it's when you go back to the scene of where you died in an attempt to kill the person who just killed you. It's actually a great scenario for a camper, just because he's betting on you to return, so he'll change positions and kill you when you come back for that revenge kill. So I return, utilizing the exact same route I used before. I'm not using any caution, and I assume he's going to be in the same position. Now, of course, he's changed position, knowing that I'm going to want that revenge kill. He's got better cover, and he's ready for me when I return. Really, the best thing for me to have done in that situation was just not even to return to try to kill him. He wasn't really playing the objective, so there was no reason to try to take him out. But if I was going to try to kill him, I at least should have taken a different route than using the same one I used before. So in this scene right here, even though we have the 3 cap, the game is still up for grabs. So I decided to use the Jeep the way I intended to at the beginning of this game, and utilize it for cover to defend B, and also if they try to flank around and get A, I can quickly get back there and defend A as well. The problem is I hang around here entirely too long. Even though I have the positional advantage over the enemy team, they all learn where I am and start spamming grenades. It actually would have been smart to move to the dumpster to my right after I got 3 or 4 kills. So my final mistake is that I don't really pay attention to my Xbox while I'm recording in theater mode, and I have a screensaver. So yeah, it kind of blacks out the last part. So let me know if you guys like these styles of videos where I break down my mistakes and how I'd go about doing things differently. I definitely have plenty of mistakes that I can showcase. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, take it easy.